watch The Vampire Diaries. I watch The Secret Circle. Grey's Anatomy is on. I know I've mentioned this in my other video. Um, so I caught up on Grey's Anatomy and Happy Endings on the computer because I haven't invested on a DVR, which is like the worst thing because everyone I know has a DVR and it's so much easier to just have it there to watch when you get home. One of my best friends has a DVR, and it's just great because sometimes I'll go over her house over the weekends, and we just sit in her house watching everything that we both have missed. And she works at night, so she tries to catch up during the days, but it's usually on the weekends. But anyway, I watch Happy Endings. It's a really good show. I watch The New Girl. I like her. Zoe Deschanel, or whatever her name is, but it's such an awkwardly funny show. And I wasn't going to watch it at first, but my friend made me. I have this one friend that we talk about TV shows all the time, so we like to go back and forth on every show. So I missed the first few episodes of New Girl. And when I caught it online, I watched like 3 in a row and I was obsessed. So freaking funny. I like Modern Family, but I don't watch it regularly. Like if I catch an episode here and there, that's fine, but I don't go out of my way to make sure I am caught up. It's just not really like that great to me. I know it's won a lot of awards and it is funny, but just whatever. I'd rather watch Happy Endings and The New Girl. I watch How I Met Your Mother if it's on TV, which is a lot of networks have reruns. So I watch it whenever it's on, and I really like it. I just don't go out of my way to watch that either. Another show that I like is The Big Bang Theory. I love Sheldon. He's my favorite. The last movie that I watched in the movie theaters was Shipwrecked. I went with 2 of my best friends, and my friend texted me and she's like, we're finally going to watch it, so get ready and come over. So this was like a Saturday night, and I just wasn't in the mood to go out or anything, so I thought it was pretty perfect that they wanted to make it a movie night. So I put on my sweatpants, threw on my jacket, got to her house, and then her mom opened the door, and her mom was funny. She's like, nobody in this freaking house likes to open the door but me. But we went back and forth a little bit because we play each other in Words with Friends. And we have like this rivalry. She beat me once. And she was like so excited. It was like kind of obnoxious the way how excited she was. I texted my friend, I was like, do me a favor and slap your mother for me. But anyway, my two friends come out and they're like all dressed up in heels, looking good, ready to go out. And I'm like, what the F? I'm like, why are you guys dressed like this? And they're like, we're going out after. And I said, oh yeah, where are you guys going? And one of them was like, you're acting like you're not coming out. How funny is that? And I'm like, it's so funny because I'm not going out. I wasn't prepared, mentally prepared. So anyway, we like dismissed that conversation. And we got in the car, we went to watch this movie. And it's pretty funny because we kind of like consider ourselves like the three Chivettes. So they wanted me to get ready and to go out, which was like not happening. So they dropped me off and they went off. And yeah, that was a pointless story. But I want to talk about the 90s actually, growing up. When I was little, I liked watching the Rugrats. I was a big fan of the Power Rangers, the original Power Rangers, with Tommy. He was the Green Ranger, and then he was the White Ranger. I remember being in like suspense, like who this new White Ranger is going to be. And they like made it like a 2-week event or something like that. And then it was just freaking Tommy. I'm like, wow, Tommy. My favorite was the Pink Ranger. I was the Pink Ranger for Halloween. I'm sure a lot of you people that grew up in the 90s were a Power Ranger in your time. So yeah, I was the Pink Ranger. I liked watching Full House. I used to like watching Nick at Night, and I would watch The Wonder Years. That was my favorite show. I would not miss it. Starting in 5th grade, I would watch The Wonder Years every night at 9 o'clock. And if my mom was going to ground me because I didn't do so well on like a test or something, or, you know, I was doing like anything that wasn't right in her mind, some kids would get grounded by not being allowed to use the phone or not going out to play with your friends. I was grounded by not watching TV, and that was the worst because I was obsessed with The Wonder Years. At the time, I loved Kevin and Winnie. 100 in the classroom, and she was so proud. And she was like, "Can I please watch the Wonder Years finale just that day? Can I come off of being grounded?" And she started laughing. She's like, "Okay, yeah, you could watch it." So yeah, I got to watch my finale. And then I became obsessed with Friends. So my shows growing up were the Wonder Years. When I got to middle school, I was obsessed with Friends. I think I've watched every single episode of Friends. And I love the show till this day. I still love that show. It's like the best show. My favorite. And then when I started getting into high school, I was really into Dawson's Creek. I mean, I think I was a little bit too young for that, because now that I watch some of the episodes, I'm like, oh, that's what they were saying, or that's what that meant, because the show is very mature in the way that the dialogue was just like very mature. Teenagers never talk like that. But yeah, I was obsessed with Pacey and Joey. I didn't like Dawson. And I was so happy that they ended up together. I also watched, in high school, I watched Smallville. I thought that the show was really cool, and I thought that Tom Welling was like the most gorgeous man I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, this guy is beautiful. And then the girl that plays his love interest, Lana. I love Lana. She's gorgeous. I was like, the two most beautiful people are paired up on this show. But I also like the show in general, and I think that's the reason why I love Superman, because of Smallville and Tom Welling. The show just ended recently, and I was a little disappointed with the way it ended, only because I found it to be very, very cheesy. Like, he didn't wear the suit, which I was disappointed. They like made it like animated, so it just looked really weird. It just looked too cheesy. I don't know. I know that. And I was very upset that Lana left during season 8, and I know that Lois and Clark were supposed to be together. And I know that the comic book fans wouldn't allow anything other than what it's supposed to be, which is fine, I guess. But I really missed Lana, and I think that towards the end, everything was changing, so it wasn't like the beginning of Smallville. I don't know. I still love it. I probably will get the series. I had stopped watching it for a few years, so I missed all the seasons where Lana was about to leave and all that stuff, so I wanted to catch up before the series ended. So I caught up online. It took me like 2 weeks, with a few episodes here and there. I started from the beginning, and it just made me fall in love with Clark and Lana all over again. I never got into Supernatural. I liked One Tree Hill. And now that's ending too, thank God, because that show just got really bad. I still watch it just because I've been watching it since I was a sophomore in high like everything. I like everything that's on the radio. I like bands. I like The Script. I like One Republic. I'm really into acoustic music, guys. Musicians that play guitar. Ed Sheridan or something like that. He sings a song called A-Team. That's really nice. I like that type of style and music. I like John Mayer. I like Gavin DeGraw. I wish I could go see Gavin DeGraw. I almost went to see him last summer, and we didn't get a chance to buy tickets. And I was so upset. And then it turns out that he got jumped in New York City, so he ended up in the hospital, and he had to cancel. He was on tour with Maroon 5, another band that I really love. And I actually got to see Maroon 5 2 years ago at my friend's college. They went to, they played at this university, and students got to pay like $20. So my friend got us tickets, and we were so close. It was like this small little space, and we just went up there, and they sang all the songs that I knew from like their first album. Songs about Jane. And I forget his name. The guy opened, the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, How I Met Your Mother, Jason Segel. He opened the show. He was singing some songs from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, that movie. I love that movie. And it was just such a cool experience because we were there, and I loved every minute of it. And I'm also pretty obsessed with English British people. I love Adele. Adele could be depressing, but she is an amazing talent. I recently discovered Jessie J. I know everybody here in the States know her as a one-hit wonder. Well, now she has another single, Domino, playing on the radio. But I was just looking at through YouTube, and I saw that she has a lot of good songs, and I like her. I think she's fun to watch. And I was at the mall the other day, I think maybe like a week before Christmas, and I heard a really cool song playing in Hollister. And I said, oh man, I don't have time to Shazam it and find out what song this is. So I forgot about it. And then I heard the same song driving home one day with my friend, and I'm like, I really like this song. And all I heard was that the band The Wanted sang it. So I started searching The Wanted, and they have like a lot of songs. And finally I found it. It was Glad You Came. And then I just started listening to like their other hits. And I'm pretty much obsessed with their 3 songs. I listen to that almost every day. Warzone by The Wanted I've been listening to the most. I just love that song. So yeah, I want to go to Europe and go to concerts and go to England. I have an uncle that lives in England, in London. He recently got married, and we're very close in age.